Ladies and gents and the rest. So PC client is coming out, and I expect a lot of new players that use PC to play games, even though it's a mobile game. That's why I'm making this guide. It's not really a beginner's guide for PC players. It's just the most up-to-date beginner's guide. First of all, who the fuck am I? Why do you have to listen to me? My name is Bulava. I have done everything in this game that there is to do. I've done that, like, not because I'm a whale, but because I know what I'm doing. And I'm a multiple 20k. It's for PvPers, right? 20k, it's like the highest you can get in PvP. And I've done everything in PvE, so I know everything about this game. And I'm gonna show you how things work, how to screw things, how to save up gold, how to farm experience efficiently, and how to make it the cheapest way possible. All right, that's exactly what you want. I know, because that's exactly what I want as well. Here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna go through every single button down here, and after that I'm gonna show you how to do things correctly, but before I do it, you have to understand what's going on, at least the basics, where to click and what is what. I'm using the emulator, not the PC client, because it's not out yet, but this is exactly what it's gonna look like, kind of, right? Let's go with the first button, store. Actually, before we do it, let's click on your name. This beautiful bird, it's not available for everybody anymore. It's an event thing, cosmetic. So here is the only valuable information. Well, first of all, it's settings, it doesn't need to be explained, right? And here, you have this collection level. The higher your collection level is, then the higher these stats are gonna be. So if you do a quest, you get this much experience. And the higher this level is, the more experience you're going to be getting for quests. However, don't be confused by it. Like I said, we will talk about this level. And by the way, this level is 68, but these stats cap at level 50. So everything is above 50, which is like, 18 levels. I'm not getting these stats. I'm not having these stats increased. So just keep that in mind, right? Even though every 5 collection levels you get extra rewards, but it's a one-time thing. And how do you get this level? Like, you see this, it says 6 out of 50. What is 6? You go here. I'm jumping back and forth, but you will understand what it is. And we click any unit that we have. Like, for example, this Tauren. This Tauren is level 23. All these 23 levels are part of this number. Any levels in the game count as this. So let's go back. This is the first page, store. This is a paid offer, obviously doesn't need to be explained. This is the grid. This is where we spent our gold. Our gold is displayed right here. We click here and it shows all the currencies that we have. We'll talk about them later. It's not that important anyway. You can understand it intuitively, but I'll tell you what is what still. So this is where you spend your gold. We will talk about this separately because it has to do with, what I'm talking about, with screwing the system, with making it the cheapest way possible. These things are part of this grid. We'll talk about them later as well. Paid offers. By the way, for the ones who don't mind paying from time to time, if that says legendary or mythic value, that's the best bundle. If it says great value, it's bullshit. It's not. It's great in the context, but mythic and legendary is like when you get a lot and not paying a lot. These are offers for gold. Don't ever use them. And before we continue, don't ever buy experience for gold. Ever. Never. Maybe you will do it at the very high level, but you will not be beginners anymore. But don't ever buy experience for gold. Ever. I'll show you how to farm experience efficiently. Don't worry about it. Paid offers, how you can buy it for gold. You can buy it for real money. Doesn't need to be explained. So that's the page number 1. Page number 2, very important. Here is where it's going to be a little bit complicated. This page has all the units that you have in the game. And if you're a Warcraft player, you'll recognize almost everything. Okay, so at the top, we have heroes. This is for example, we click Jaina, and this is Jaina's deck. Okay, so we can swap and, take anything else. Take any other unit here. If you click Tyrion, same thing. This is the Tyrion's deck, and you can choose any unit from your collection. and put it in the Tyrion's deck. Very simple. But here is how the levels work in the game. Let me go to my second account that I don't use anymore, but we'll need that. All right, here's my second account, and I have a very low level units here. Or we'll need them for... Where is it? Okay, right there. So when you get the unit in a game for the first time, it's going to look like this. It's going to look gray. See, this one is blue, green, gray, and some of these things are purple. These are just the upgrades. So when you get it for the first time, boom, and you click upgrade, it's going to tell you that you need 3 stars and 500 energy for the first upgrade. When you upgraded this for the first time, you're going to unlock this green slot and you will be able to insert talent in it. If I click upgrade and unlock this talent, the talents will start showing up in this grid store. Remember? They're going to start showing up here. Right now, there is no talents for that unit because it's not upgraded. They only appear if there is an empty slot in that unit. Okay? And what I also want you to see is that this upgrade only costs 3 stars and 500 energy. Once it's upgraded, let's say that this is the exact same unit. So it's green, and it already has a talent. Let's pretend that it was the same unit, it's just upgraded, right? So now it's green, it has a first talent, and the talents will no longer show in the grid anymore because these talents, these slots are locked. If I want to upgrade it one more time to have a second talent in it, now I need 10 stars and this little reagent, blue core, rare core. I just call it the blue can. All right, it costs way more energy. It needs 10 stars and 1 core. In other words, if you buy a wrong talent for the first time, it will cost you way more resources to buy a second talent. You will obviously need the second talent for some other reasons, but what I'm saying is buying the first talent is very, very important. Let me use this spell because I have enough resources to upgrade that. Okay, here's what else you need to understand. That when you upgrade, increase the quality of the unit from gray to green, for example, and from green to blue, that always also gives you levels. So, for example, let's say this spell, Earth and Moon, I have enough resources to upgrade that. And right now it's level 18. Okay? So when you upgrade that, let's upgrade. Boom. See this? From level 18, it became level 19. So when you upgrade, and it goes from green to blue, or from gray to green, it also adds levels. And levels is the most important thing in this game, unfortunately. So when I buy a second talent, it will also give me levels. So you upgrade this 3 times from, green, blue, and epic. It gives you 3 levels. Then you buy 3 talents, it also gives you 3 levels. All right? So eventually, when you upgrade everything that there is to upgrade in the unit, your unit will look like this. For example, this Rend, this is already my main account again, is level 31. This is the highest you can get in the game. And this is what you're going to see in PvP usually at the very top. Level 31. So this includes all the upgrades, all the talents, and also a legendary upgrade. A legendary upgrade also adds 1 level. And it's ridiculously expensive, but you must have it for PvP. Okay, so what else do you need to know? Oh, and also, like I said, you get levels by upgrading units and by playing these units. So as you can see, my level is 25 right now on this one, and I need this is the final level for experience, 200,000 experience, and this is going to be maxed. You get levels by farming, by playing these units, and by upgrading the units. So yeah, these are your units. Obviously, don't look at mine because I've been playing this game. I started playing this game before it even came out officially, so I'm not a whale. I'm like a mid-spender maybe. And I also buy units because I need to make videos for them. If you look at the unit and you want to know what talents to buy, here's what you do. You go to this channel, the channel you're on. You click Playlists, Warcraft Rumble Talent Video Demonstration. Pyoink. Click here. And it has every single talent in the game video demonstrated, explained, and it gives you the priority of talents that you need for this particular unit. If you want to look at it yourself and see what I think about it, maybe see some hidden, there is a lot of hidden mechanics in those talents that are never explained in the description in the game, okay? This playlist only missing like 3 units, but those are like the ones that came out recently, so I will add them very soon. All right, we're back. This is still the army button. So we have this unit collection, cosmetics for towers, cosmetics for your kobold, and the emotes that you get during the season. Obviously, most of them are no longer obtainable, but that's how every game works in this world, right? Next button is the map, world map. This is going to take some time to explain. All right. So first of all, we have it right here. We have this red Onyxia sigils. You click here. Every time you get sigils, you get rewards. You unlock certain activities. For example, there are raids here, raids and sieges right here. You unlock them when you get 90 sigils. How do you get sigils? Let's take a look. You get sigils for doing campaign. This is going to be your first zone, by the way. When you start playing the game, Goldtooth is going to be your first real boss. So when you kill him, you will have to kill him just with what you have. It's super easy. It's a joke. So when you kill him, you will get 1 sigil. When you kill all 5, you get obviously 5 sigils. The second zone will unlock, and you will keep doing the same thing until you're probably not going to have enough levels for everything. And the way it works is, once you have enough sigils, don't remember how many, this will turn into heroic campaign. Right now you're looking at the heroic campaign. So every boss will have a heroic mechanic. It will be higher level encounter. It will have a heroic mechanic, and you would have to kill it. You see, there are little symbols of families. So you would have to kill it with a different family. Using the different family is considered when you use a hero from a different family. For example, if I kill it with Gromash, I'll get a credit as a Horde. If I kill it with Rend, I will get a credit as the Blackrock. And that's how it goes, okay? So, go back. You kill it with 5 different families. Even though we have 6 families, but you can only do it with 5. You will get rewards for 5. After that, you will get, for each kill, you get a reward for this family, for the family you kill it with. And at the end, you get like 300 gold, I believe, or maybe they changed the amount. And then you will get 1 more sigil. So it's kind of like you do this campaign twice. Normal campaign and then heroic campaign. Heroic campaign obviously is much harder than normal. And that's how you earn sigils. So I believe that's all for the campaign. In the center here, we have events. We always have 1, 2, sometimes 3 events going at the same time. You click that. It's pretty easy to understand. You do the tasks that they ask you. All these tasks are scaled with the level of your deck. So you don't need some certain levels to be able to do this. Anybody can do it. Like you start playing the game, you get access to these events. You can do them right away. They're super easy to do. You get tickets for them. You go here, there's a tree of rewards, you buy these things, super easy, super schmeezy. They give us shitload of free stuff comparing to what it was when the game came out. Man, you live in a heaven. From time to time, I believe every 2 days, some of the zones that you've completed previously will be highlighted like this. You click here, and you can do this again and earn this amount of gold. And by the way, this says 60, but I believe at the very beginning when I started playing the game, you'll be offered a booster. It costs around $25, and it boosts your experience and gold permanently. So it's kind of like consider buying the game. So I'd strongly recommend buying that, even if you're free-to-play players. And yeah, so you do these things every 2 days. They pop up. They give you a cool little effect. For example, 2 sappers spawn at each base every 15 seconds. So this is the effect for this particular surge. I hope I didn't say siege. It's called surge. Okay. Yeah, we have 2 zones right now. This one is 2. So you can complete this again and earn some gold. This is like a, I mean, you will understand it. Why am I even explaining this? It's not important. Okay. PvP. And obviously these are daily rewards. Whatever you do in the game, it counts. It's like once you fill up this little bar, it gives you one thing, then the other thing, the third thing. Mobile games work like that. That doesn't need to be explained. PvP. This is where you're probably gonna spend your the most amount of time here, because all this PvE stuff is a one-time thing. PvP is the only repeatable activity. So when I told you that I'm a multiple 20K-er, that's what I was talking about. So we go here, and 20K is the maximum you can get in terms of getting rewards. After that, you can go higher, but it's not important. PvP is very, very... not only you need levels, but you also need to know what the hell you're doing. Okay? So at the very top, everybody has levels, and you actually have to know how to play the game. The way PvP works, well, I need to explain a couple of things. So, here's how you get rewards in PvP. Go down. From 0 to 9,000 points, I believe it's 9,000 honor. So from 0 to Golden General 3, you'll get one-time rewards. So you do it once, and you will never get these rewards. Next season, they don't reset. Everything that goes above 9,000, you see this green check marks? That stuff resets every season. So from 9,000 to 20,000 is resettable. You will be able to get them every season. Everything that is below is a one-time thing. Now, how do you get points in PvP? Because as you can see, all my heroes have a little bit of points. However, it's way more than 20K. The problem is that only top 3 heroes with top 3 ratings count. Because if you get 2,000 on each hero that you have, it's super easy, because at 2,000 rating you're pretty much playing against bots, right? And you'll get 20K easily. But that's not how it works. Only top 3 heroes will be counted towards your progress. That's why, right now, my top 3 highest are Malfurion, Baron, and Sylvanas, and my rend is top 4. See, it's like a little bar that separates top 3 and the rest. So, in order to replace Sylvanas, because she's the lowest out of my top 3, my rend is 6,049 points. Sylvanas is 6,286 points. So once my rend is at least 6,287 points, my rent will replace Sylvanas, and Sylvanas will go here. Alright? Rent is this guy, Sylvanas is this girl. Okay? So that is how it goes. Also, what makes PvP different all the time is these 3 modifiers. So the tower modifier and these 2, enchant and whatever, and the modifier, whatever it's called. Here's how it changes the meta. Bounty Hunt is a modifier that says gain 1 extra gold for every 5 enemies you kill. What does that mean? If we go to our collection, to our army, for example, these bats right there, these units, you see this? It costs 2 gold, it's pretty cheap, but it has 6 bats attacking targets. So you cannot use this unit, and you need to use something else while this modifier is active. Where is it? It's going away in 2 days, but while it's here, you cannot use squad units, the chickens, bats, stuff like that. Because you're going to be giving away gold to the opponent, and if you're playing against equally skilled opponent, you're just going to, you're going to lose the game. This is how Blizzard wants us to have all the units in the game instead of a small group. We will talk about it later. That's how the PvP works. That's why it's always different, and in theory, we always have to play with different heroes, different units, and all these heroes and units must be very, very high level, which is supposed to stimulate us to pay more money, right? So that is the map button. Let's click the next one. Boom. Okay. Here we do dungeons. Dungeons change every week. Every week is going to be different dungeon. And this bottom part, by the way, I'm going to tell you right away. This is the siege. This is for 2 players. And sometimes it's a siege, sometimes it's a raid. You get access to this once you reach 90 sigils. You're not going to get it right away. Dungeon is what I want to talk about. If I click enter dungeon right now, boom, look what I have. I can enter the dungeon only with these 4 heroes, Maiev, Tyrion, Malfurion, and Jaina. How come I have so many heroes, but I can only do it with 4? Here's what's happening. Every week is a Some Families week. Right now, if we go back here to the grid, we see this alliance symbol. This is alliance week. What does it mean? That means that the heroes in this grid that appear will only be alliance hero this week. Alliance heroes, sorry. Only alliance, because it's alliance week. Let's go back to the dungeon. You can only do this dungeon with alliance heroes. It depends on what week it is, right? There is a schedule right here. So right now it's an alliance week. Next week is going to be beast week. Then horde week, Blackrock, Undead, and Cenarion. And an alliance again. And this is how it goes. All right? So next week you will be able to do this to do the new dungeon with the beast heroes only. And only beast heroes will appear in the store. For example, you want to upgrade, let's say, Grommash Hellscream. Let's say I want to buy more stars for Grommash Hellscream to upgrade him. Right now, Alliance Week, I'm not gonna see any Grommash stars. That doesn't apply to units. All the units are always available in the grid. They can drop any moment here. But heroes are only accessible during the particular week. What happens? Let's take a look at the schedule. So on the 3rd week from now is going to be a Horde week, and I will be able to buy Horde heroes. I hope it's not too complicated. That is how it functions. Now, dungeons. What the hell do they give you? Obviously, they give you resources, gold, Arclight energy, everything that you need to just progress in a game. But also, here's what else you need to know. Let's go back to my second account. All right, let's take a look at Onu. Here is the hero. This is from Cenarion family, but look at the slots in his deck. This one is yellow, which is golden. This one is silver, and this one is bronze. What is happening to this deck? This deck is not fully upgraded. So the way it works is, obviously, this is Cenarion family. You will be able to upgrade this deck only during Cenarion week. So let's assume that this is not an alliance, this is a Cenarion week, and Ono is going to be the hero in this list. So when you complete a dungeon, it allows you to upgrade a slot. Right now, when you start, everything is going to be empty. There will be no bronze, no silver, no gold, nothing. It will be empty deck. So when you complete dungeon once, it increases the level of the dungeon by 1. And it allows you to upgrade 1 slot in your deck. And it will become bronze. You complete the dungeon again, you'll get 1 more charge. You will upgrade 1 more slot, or the same slot twice. And this is how it's going to go. In other words, when you complete the dungeon of level 23, because every time it goes up, right? You will upgrade this deck to all gold. Okay? And after level 23, the level of the dungeon never increases. You'll be just doing it weekly, not weekly, but whenever the week comes, and you'll be getting resources. You will not get any extra charges to upgrade your deck. So once it's fully golden, there will be no more progression in dungeons. This is what dungeons do for you. All right, so this is the events page, and the last page is going to be the guild. There is absolutely nothing special, just useless chat as always. You click here. This is the only reason why you need to be a part of the guild. So everybody does normal activities, surges, a PvP. This bar fills up, you get all these rewards. That's it. There's nothing else to say. Okay? Super easy, super schmeezy. Now let's talk about what you can do to save up your gold and not do stupid things. Let's talk about greed. What do I know about it? Before we continue, let me buy this thing real quick, because I need that. That's better. Okay, here's how it works. Let's say I want to buy this Jaina. Yoink. As you can see, the column that is attached to Jaina and the row and the column, are marked red. So when I buy it, everything will be reset. Okay? If I click on this Necromancer, again, this column and this row are marked red, so they will, everything that is here will be reset. In other words, let's say I want to buy I'm fishing for some particular unit that is not here. What does that mean? That means that I need to cycle through as many things as possible while spending as less gold as possible. So if I buy Jaina, I will only replace chickens and this bog beast, right? So let's buy Jaina. I'm willing to waste a little bit of gold for this guide. Boom. Buy Jaina. As you can see. Boom. So only 3 units were replaced. These 2 are staying here because they were not part of that row and column. Let's say now, like I said, we're fishing for some particular unit that is not here, which means we need to go through as many units as possible. What we do is we move these things like this. Move. Boom. Right now, if I buy these spiders, you see this? All the things will be reset now because the column and the row are connected to spiders, and I put all the units in here. That is the main mechanic of grid. This is how you reset the whole page in grid just by buying one thing. All right? That's not the only way to put things. I can also go like this. Boom. Boom. We can go like that, right? If we buy these birds, same thing. Everything will be reset. Or if you still want to buy spiders, you can switch them like this. And now again, we'll buy spiders, and the exact same thing will happen, right? All 5 will be reset. Or there is a third way. Maybe you can build it differently, but I know there's 3 ways. You can build it as a cross like this, and the exact same thing is going to happen, right? I buy spiders, and everything is reset. So this is how you can cycle through grid the cheapest way. All right? Yoink. Watch. Phew, all 5 are reset now. That's the best way to do it. Because some people just, they just buy this one little thing. Like if I buy an Omelia, it will only reset these ones. But I need them all to be gone, right? I hope you understand that. If you don't, ask me in the commentaries, I'll answer. Now, these 2 things. Recycle grid. What the hell is this? So I click here. I only have 1 remaining. So if I click here, it will reset the whole grid. It doesn't matter where is what. It just resets the whole thing. Like I said, when you're fishing for something, you can use these buttons instead of paying real gold. These buttons are right here, and they come as a rewards for certain activities. For example, remember these surges that I showed you right here? If you complete all these 5 things, you'll get gold, and at the end, for doing 5 out of 5, you'll get this button as a reward. Okay, so it's just one more way to cycle through the grid. Okay, gadgets. Same thing, they come as rewards, and they work kind of the exact same way. For example, let's say I want to upgrade this Prowler. I want to level up my Prowler as fast as possible because for this meta, the Prowler is an S tier unit, right? I take this gem, experience gem, boom, put it right here, and it works the exact same way. So everything that is connected to this gem, the column and the row, can get this experience, but only once. So as soon as I buy this Prowler is going to get this experience, and this experience gem is going to be gone. Okay? Boom. Same thing with this rare Omatic device. Boom. Except it turns 1 star into 14 stars. Again, let's say you're fishing for a Prowler and you finally found the star. You use this device here And instead of 1 star, it becomes 14 stars. It costs a little more, obviously, but you don't have to waste gold on looking for these stars, right? As soon as you buy, obviously, as soon as you buy it, this device will be gone. That doesn't mean that this guy is going to get, is upgraded too. So you can only use it on 1 unit. It just applies to everything, right? So I hope you understand that. These things are rewards for stuff, right? So you'll be getting them here and there. Okay, this is probably going to be the most important thing in this guide. Blizzard designs this game so that you need all the units and all the heroes to be able to complete everything in the game. However, it doesn't work like that. It's their mistake, obviously, and you only need like 1/3 of all the units to be efficient. You need to understand one thing, that PvE in this game is a joke. It purely depends on levels. It doesn't require, well, it requires some basic understanding of the game, but you will get this basic understanding after a month of playing the game. That's why I'm saying it requires no skill, right? The higher your levels are, the easier PvE is going to be. So PvP is a complete joke. Do not focus on PvE. Do not think that, oh, I need this unit to be able to do this PvE. No, you have to focus on PvP. Unless you're just purely PvE person, obviously, then don't listen to me, then just skip it. But eventually, if you like this game, and you will finish PvE campaign and you will have nothing to do, you will want to PvP. That's why I'm going to focus on the units that you need for PvP, because those exact same units will destroy the shit out of PvE. Okay? As long as you have levels, PvE is a joke. Whoever says PvE requires some thinking, tell them to fuck you and tell them I said that. And the heroes that I'm going to give you, the list of things with talents that I'm going to show you, is enough to destroy everything. Also, the developers always release new content, new units. However, the game is 1 year old, and only 30% of added units are actually really good. Everything else is either meh or complete shit. That's why the amount of resources that you get from the game is enough to make the usable units really high level. All right. Obviously, if you refuse to pay, you would need a little bit longer, a little bit more time, like to be competitive in PvP. But at the end of the day, don't ever let me tell you how to have fun in the game. If you have a fetish for a certain hero and he's not on the list, by all means, just invest in everything that you have in this hero. At the end of the day, we're here to have fun, right? What I'm telling you, what I'm showing you, is for efficiency only. It has nothing to do with fun, okay? Fun is for casuals, right? And if you're casuals, so don't listen to me. So the units are going to be at the end of the video. Now, here's the last thing that I want you to know. The earlier you start doing that, the better. That last thing is called farming experience efficiently. I want you to know one thing. Let's stop it here for now. Your daily cap of experience is 50,000. Okay? I'm not counting tomes of experience. Every reward that you get, tomes of experience, XP gems, stuff like that, this doesn't count. I'm talking about, like, if you do this quest, it says reward is 1620. This 50,000. That's how much you can get. By the way, how do you know that you reached the cap? You go to quests, and if the reward says 0, that means you capped. Okay? How do you farm experience the most efficient way? Here's how to do it. These quests that you get, sometimes they can be green. Right now it's blue. It gives you the medium amount of experience. It can be green, which is like trash, right? Which is like 1/3 of this. See, it says 3x bonus. 1/3 of this is green. This is blue. This is 3x. And there is a purple. I believe it's, I don't remember, 5 or 6x, something like that. The problem is that when you complete a quest, it counts as a completed quest, and you only get 20 quests per day. They stack up to 300, so you can skip quests for a few days until you reach 300, and then after you have 300, I believe they reset next day or something like that. So you only have 20 quests per day. So the way you do these quests, it's not like you do you do all 20 quests per day and that's it, because you're not going to have 50k if you do 20 quests. Here's how to do it efficiently. You have to mix quests with PvP to be able to get your cap every day. The earlier you start getting this cap, the better, because like I said, if you count 50k every day, if you do it for a month, it's like 1.5 million of experience. And that experience it's pretty much the most important thing in the game, because levels determine the content that you can do in this game. Here's how we do it. Let's say I take Ragnaros. You go here and you click PvP. My Ragnaros is at 3400, it's not important. So when I click PvP, if I win the game, a random unit in my deck will get 1000 experience. In my case, by the way, all the units that I have are maximum level already. So there is only one unit that can get experience as Ragnaros. This is, by the way, this is how you targetly farm level units. You take one deck and you level up this deck to the maximum. After that, you will be able to targetly farm like levels on the units that you want, right? So you just replace one unit, you put something that you want to level, and you just keep going with this deck. And all the experience will not go randomly to random units, it will go to one unit. So you'll be able to get 50k on the unit that you want. But it's not going to happen soon, because you need to have a fully leveled deck first, right? So initially, your deck is going to look like everybody will need experience. So what you do is you take the deck, you click PvP, and you try to win. Thing is that at the very beginning, this is 3000 rating, but you're going to start from 0. At the very beginning, it's going to be extremely easy to win. So once you win, only when you win, you get 1 unit gets experience. Here's the mechanic that not everybody remembers all the time. When you win, this quest reset. What does that mean? That means that there is a chance that this green quest is going to turn to blue like it is right now, or to purple. You only do the quest when it's blue or purple to get more experience. Because like I said, if you do green quest, you get your piece of shit experience and you just did the quest. But the quests are precious, right? Because they will only have 20 per day. So one more time, you win the PvP match, the quests reset. If it's still green, you keep doing PvP, you win, quests reset. Once you win and quests become blue or purple, you do the quest. Then you go back to PvP. Okay? At some point, you will not be able to win, because it's going to be, your hero is going to be at a very high rating, and you're going to start getting opponents that shit on you. It will happen. What you do in this case, you just AFK in PvP, and you lower your rating back to where you can win again. Okay? So you win again, your random unit gets experience, and this quest reset again. If they're green again, you keep winning until they become blue or purple, and then you do the quest. You PvP, you reset quests. You PvP, you reset quests, you do quests. You PvP, you reset quests, you do quests. This is how you get your 50k daily cap, the most efficient and the fastest way. I think that's all you need to know as beginners, but I know 100% as soon as I click the stop button, I will remember about something else that I forgot to tell you. So now I'm going to show you all the units that I told you about, the group of units that you need to beat the game. And if you see those units, just dump everything into them. Even if you buy talents that you will never use, you need those talents to get high levels. And like I said, levels matter more than anything else in this game. All right, let's take a look at the heroes that we're going to need first, and then the units. Number 1, Jaina. Clear casting, number 1 talent that you will buy as soon as you upgrade Jaina for the first time. And the other 2 talents absolutely don't matter. You will never use them, so you can take whatever you want. Hero number 2 is Rent Blackhand. One of the best heroes in the game. The talents that you buy is Scale and Steel number 1, Flaming Soul number 2, and this piece of shit number 3 just to get levels, because it's absolutely trash, useless talent. Emperor Thorizon. Talent number 1, I can never pronounce this, but this is talent number 1. Talent number 2 and number 3 don't matter, but just in case, take Incinerate number 2, and this Moira's Wit number 3. Baron Ravender, arguably the strongest hero in the entire game in PvP. Talent number 1, Chill of the Grave. That's what you want right away. Talent number 2, Death Pact. Talent number 3, Skeletal Frenzy. Sylvanas Windrunner, my opinion, the strongest PvE hero in the game. She will beat your PvE campaign effortlessly. And Sylvanas Windrunner is also a double family hero, so she counts as the undead and as the horde hero. So number 1 talent, 100%, don't even argue, is Queen's Reach. Talent number 2, Forsaken Fury. Talent number 3, Banshee's Wail. Now I'm going to show you the units that you will need. The number is a little bit higher than the number of heroes, obviously. I'm going to try to go from the most important to the least important, but they are all equally important technically. So here is how we're gonna go. Witch Doctor. Talent number 1 is Spirit Ward. On kill, grant a shield to nearby allies, absorbing the next hit against them. This is like the most overpowered talent in PvP. Number 2, I would go with Alchemist. Number 3, Amplify Curse. Quillbore. Talent number 1, Bramble Burst. Talent number 2, Tunnel Vision. Talent number 3, Bristleback. Defias Bandits. You technically need only 1 talent and this Picklock, and you don't even need to upgrade them after that, and then you can invest the money in something else. Next, Execute. This is a spell. Number 1, you take a Bloodthirsty. Number 2, Frostwolf Shaman. Talent number 1, Earth Shield. Talent number 2, you take Earthwall Totem. Talent number 3, Lightning Mastery. It's kind of useless talent, but you need this for levels. Gargoyle. Number 1, Wing Buffet. Number 2, Obsidian Statue. Number 3, Aerial Superiority. Harvest Golem. Talent number 1, Unstable Core. Talent number 2, Trojan Chickens. Talent number 3, Bountiful Harvest. Blizzard. Technically, you don't need to invest everything into this spell. What you need to have for PvP and for the rest is invest 1 talent into Blizzard, buy Cold Snap, and that's it. Because it's kind of broken spell. Because if you buy Cold Snap talent, it says freeze enemy troops in place. So when you cast Blizzard, Blizzard lasts for 4 or 5 seconds, and everybody is going to be attached to the ground, and there is no diminishing return with this spell. So usually the duration of crowd control effects is reduced the higher the level of the enemy is. In this case, it doesn't. It's always 4 seconds of roots. Okay, so just Blizzard with Cold Snap, and that's it. We do not need to have it like very high level for now. Ancient of War. This is purely PvP spell. So PvP unit. And if you don't plan to play PvP or you don't like PvP, don't even buy this. Don't invest anything into that. However, if you plan to do PvP, you need that, like, invest as much as you can. This must be as high level as possible. And the first talent, this is very important. This is the talent that you need. Lightning Rod. Everything else doesn't matter. It's just trash. But this is very important unit to feel comfortable playing PvP. Okay. Prowler. For talent number 1, Honor Prowl. Talent number 2, Predatory Instincts. Talent number 3, Pack Leader. Murloc Tidehunters. Very important. Talent number 1, Safety Bubble. This is very broken talent. Talent number 2, Morlocks. Talent number 3, Careful Aim. But this is the talent that you need. Everything else is just for levels. Harpies. Extremely deadly unit. Talent number 1, Infectious Swipes. Talent number 2, Talent Dive. Talent number 3, Trinket Collector. And of course, I'm recording it without a camera because I forgot one last unit. Very important, very strong. It's a Griffon Rider. The girl on the Griffon. So, talent number 1, Mighty Throw. Talent number 2, Airdrop. Talent number 3, Odin's Fury. And that, ladies and gents, is all you need right now. For all the other units, when you get them, please take a look at the talent description and video demonstration on my channel, because it's extremely important to have to buy first right talent. Like I said, because fixing this mistake is going to cost you way more resources. So you don't really need them high levels, but you need the right talents on every single unit in the game. And at the end, if you made it to the end, I'm going to give you the deck. I'm going to show you a deck that you can start with. Like, if you have these units right there, even though I haven't mentioned Polymorph with this talent, but like I said, this is not like a must have high level unit. Try to go with this deck. When you start farming experience, go with this deck. This is fairly balanced, and all these units of high level are going to skyrocket you through the heroic campaign and through all the PvE content. This is extremely powerful hero. She synergizes with almost everything in this deck, and you're gonna do really well. That's all.